Hey y'all, welcome. Tonight we're gonna do us a little mukbang, a little mukbang, however you say it. I made me a little strawberry, banana, fofana, um, vanilla, sweetened condensed milk situation, little dessert to go with my food. And we just gonna kiki for a little bit. You know, I had a few things on my heart and mind. Ooh, okay. Okay, well, God bless the soup. It did not bubble over. We are grateful for that. Okay, today we have encebolla soup. I don't really know how to, I think it's called encebolla. Encebollada. So I don't know. It's a fish soup that's really, really good here. So we're going to eat that. Okay. Talk for a little bit. Hopefully you can still hear me. You usually eat it with some popcorn and some chifles. The chifles came with it. It's just fried plantain chips. Um, First things first, let me get this out the way. To the white people abroad, when y'all see me outside, don't speak to me. I don't care. Okay? Y'all the reason why I left the US in the first place. Please leave me alone. Okay? Please and thank you. Moving on. I wanted to get into a topic today of the peculiar nature of people who like to try to humble light workers, empaths, chosen ones, try to humble people who are confident and sure of themselves. That's very strange and odd behavior, for one, because what's your goal here in trying to humble me? Like, what do you hope to gain out of being a weirdo and an enemy of progress? Because that's essentially what you're doing. You're coming up against someone who has a plan, has a goal in mind, and is steadfast in trying to accomplish it. And for some odd reason, you feel the need to interfere, humble them. Who asked you to do that? Who sent you? That's what I be trying to figure out. Who actually sent you? And then what happens when you find out you can't humble that person? Because a lot of y'all are finding that out currently. And I want to know, to all the haters, all the visionary haters, all the adversaries out there, all the ops. What happens now that you failed in your attempt to try to humble somebody? And how arrogant of you to think that you even have that level of authority in anybody's life to teach them a lesson. You ain't soft. Everybody want to be the Joker. Everybody want to be one of those introspective villains. Well, I mean, let me help the collective, let me direct them to the true meaning of life. How can you teach me anything? How can you humble me in my journey when you ain't even got started on your journey? How about instead of trying to obstruct somebody else's path, you focus on your own path? That's what I'll be trying to figure out. You too busy in my business trying to figure out what I got going on, what I'm doing. And it's just like this whole like mentality of who does this person think they are? Let me get a bite of this before it turns cold. This is so good. They had a little deal, Jay. Mm. Well, you get two of these for $6. So I had one earlier. But this weird mentality where you think to yourself, this person who has all this confidence, I have to tear them down to size. Because, and I feel like I'm just stuck on the because. Because why? Because why? How is my confidence, my self assuredness, my inner knowing, how is that an affront to you? Why are you offended, or why do you feel why are you irritated? Because I feel like that's the real undercurrent, is that you feel offended that I'm charging ahead, going after my dreams. Mind you, it's my dreams, not your dreams, not your wants, not your desires. I don't want the same things you want. I'm simply going after my dreams. So how is going after my dreams, how is following my heart impacting you so much, offending you so much, pissing you off so much to the point where you feel like you have to obstruct my path? And mind you, this ain't a race. I'm not, that's another thing. I ain't battling nobody. Again, let me redirect you to the facts here. I'm going after my dreams. And it's fine if you feel like my dreams might be unrealistic. Totally, totally fine. My dreams are not for you to understand because they are what? My dreams, not yours, okay? Totally get it. If you don't understand it, you don't understand it, babes. That's fine. Check if this is still on. I'm okay with that. I would respect it if you just told me straight to my face. Because that's another thing, too, that I cannot stand about dream haters, dream killers, killjoys, is that y'all will grin in people's face, kiki ha ha. Oh, wow, that's so cool. Wow, how did you think of that? Oh, wow, that's awesome. Wow, I've never heard of that before. But then you'll go behind my back, go behind these visionaries' back and talk all this big time shit. Gather up in groups, gossip the house down till your throat dry. You will make me the main topic of discussion and then actively plot and scheme of ways to obstruct my path or to make it difficult for me to achieve my dreams or to project your insecurities onto me or to try to instill this fear in me to get me to stop going after what I desire. You would have been better off telling me straight up, you crazy as hell. I would respect that more. I would respect that more. At least we can have an open dialogue as to why you feel like I'm so crazy. We could start there. But this silent envy or this gradual envy over time, especially when you see that you can't humble me or you can't stop me from achieving my dreams, gotta stop because it's making you look obsessed. You know, a lot of y'all are getting a lot of obsessive behavior, obsessive tendencies, checking in every 2 seconds to see if I'm still doing what I want to do. That's the, like, again, just focus on you and your life. Don't let nobody ever try to humble you. Okay? Especially if you see that this person or these group of people are miserable, you see that they ain't got no ambition themselves, they ain't got no business about themselves, they're putting up with circumstances and situations that they don't like, why would you listen to them? Because that was my rationale. That's why I kept it fucking trucking. I'm not going to be sitting up here miserable with y'all when I see my way out. You don't see your way out your misery, that's on you. But again, you trying to block and stop me from achieving my ultimate success, you out your mind. You ain't God. I feel like a lot of y'all need to be reminded of your place in this world, right? A lot of y'all were just moments in time in my life, just a blip, a brick on this path that I'm taking towards my ultimate wish fulfillment. For you to think that you take up this huge amount of space in my life to where your absence would have any sort would have like a huge impact, it just shows who the actual delusional individual in this equation is. Okay? I never assume, period, that I take up any big amount of space in anybody's life. Because I'm aware that everybody else, every individual person is on their own respective journeys. So however long we interact with each other for that season, for that time, for that day, for that work shift, for that time at the bus stop, that's just what it is. I'm assuming that you're going to carry on with your life as usual with or without me. So I'm confused. What would make you think that my life would stop just because you walked out, or just because I severed ties, or just because we're no longer in alignment? One monkey don't stop no show over here. You might let little petty things interrupt with your flow and what you got going on. That shows how emotionally immature you are. Yeah. And how spiritually bankrupt you are, that you allow such limiting things, circumstances, people, places to have such a strong hold on your reality, to where if you have to do without, you now are going through this existential crisis. Okay. Now, if you were to do the work, my favorite saying, if you were to do the work, you would be so fortunate enough to go through an ego death that would release you from the shackles of this 3D illusion so that you're free to move, you're free to live your life without constraints. That's all the work is. It's the ability to see yourself clearly and know who you are without the people, places, things, pennies, possessions, titles, credentials. But it's clear that a lot of y'all didn't do the work. Because you're still trying to project your limited beliefs onto someone that has broken free from the quote unquote matrix, whatever you want to call it. And I don't need people. That's the crazy thing. I don't need people to humble me when there's a God that can do a far better job at humbling me than you could ever in all your lives do. You don't think that God sat me down already? That's why I'm sitting here in front of you. God gave me the greatest of lessons in terms of humbling. I didn't need y'all for that lesson. Okay, so you could turn in your key card and headset. I don't know, everybody want to be devil's advocate. The devil got enough employees, honey. Everybody's laying off. So hang that hat up. Okay, put in your 2 weeks. And focus on yourself. Okay? And as much as you know what I'm saying, looking for me to be humbled, what you think finna happen to you? It be the arrogance for me. Every action has a reaction. So you trying to humble me, what do you think that your reward is gonna be? I mean, what do you think you're gonna get out of it? Hopefully you were taking note while I was going through my dark night of the soul, while I was on the come up. Since y'all be watching me so damn hard, hopefully you was paying attention. So when spirit sits your ass down, you can at least have some notes to refer to on how to get your black ass or whatever ass, translucent ass up. If you were somebody, I ain't talking to my ops no more. I mean, let me give a little point of inspiration. If you're around people who are constantly trying to humble you because you show up in your authenticity and you show up in your God given light, distance yourself from them people. Okay? Don't allow them to rain on your parade. Don't allow people who are afraid to even get on a bus to the next state. Don't allow people who ain't never even left a block Don't allow people who allow other people to disrespect them to tell you how to live your life. They have no authority. They barely have any authority in their own life. And you can tell by looking at how they show up. Baby, the mask ain't masking like they used to, okay? You can see when somebody's life is falling apart. It's always the people who have all the unsolicited advice, whose life is in shambles. They got all the advice. They can tell you how to do this, do that, what you shouldn't do, what you shan't do, can and can't do. But somehow they can't apply it to their own life. And you know what? Maybe they was humbled at one point. Maybe somebody killed their dreams. Let me be more empathetic. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe they allowed somebody to tell them that their dreams wasn't shit, that they wasn't gonna make it, that they need to lower their expectations, and they believed it. Maybe that's what it is. So they just took it as gospel and carried it around with them. And whenever they see another dreamer, they call it trying to, what do you call that thing? Manage their expectations, right? Or they call it trying to be a good friend. Or they say, I just care about you. I don't want you to get hurt like they did, right? Again, projection. Don't allow their past failures to influence how you live your present day life. Because that sounds like a them problem, not a you problem. They need to go back to the drawing board and figure out why they allowed those naysayers to deter them from following their heart's desires. Ooh, look at the devil. It's not going to be easy to achieve your dreams. That it's not an easy task to go after the things in life that bring you the most joy, because we are living in a society that thrives off of you staying small. If everybody thought outside the box, if everybody followed their own minds, there would be no need for a lot of these laws and policies and systems that are in place that dictate what you do on a day-to-day basis. These systems thrive on you being a follower. These systems thrive on you lowering your horizons, on keeping your nose to the grind. They thrive off of that. So, of course, if you have a dream or if you have a passion that goes against society or societal norms, then of course they're going to try to deter you from it. It's a battle. It's a battle of wits. If you believe it, they win. It's not that they're right, it's just that they win. They win, you lose. Now you're in this perpetual sadness and depression, lamenting, wondering why. Oh, I've said this before, but maybe I need to say it again. This is your life. Live it for you. Don't live it for nobody else, okay? Do the things that makes you happy. Yes, it's gonna piss some people off. Who gives a fuck? They'll be okay. They'll find another victim to try to throw off their square. You don't be the victim, okay? You don't succumb to other people's projections, please. I don't care if it's your mom. I don't care if it's your dad. I don't care if it's your siblings. If it is a feeling you cannot shake, you go to sleep every night thinking about this dream, you wake up thinking about this dream, you can't focus on nothing else but this, then follow it. And like I said before, keep it to yourself too. Like I said, if you're around a whole bunch of miserable people, hate their life, hate their spouses, significant others, a lot of these people hate their kids, they hate their jobs, everything. Don't tell them about things that make you happy. Do you think they want to hear that? No shade, but like prime example. We've all we've all watched Sesame Street. Y'all remember Oscar the Grouch? He used to stay in the trash can, everybody be singing along and sunny day. You can't tell him none of your good. Anytime somebody would come up to that trash can and tell him anything good or tell him about something that they were working on or invite him somewhere, he got a fucking attitude. He want to roast and make fun of people in their joy. And back to the ops, a lot of y'all are giving Oscar the Grouch vibes. Just in case you didn't know, let me be the one to tell you. Especially when everybody in that community was trying to get him together, was trying to get him out of his depressive mode and come join everybody in the sun. You can't, some people just gonna have to stay in the dumps. Leave them there. Especially if your light irritates them, and every time you tell them something, they turn their nose up or they got some side remarks or some slick shit to say. Leave their ass in the dumps, please. Because they're gonna spoil everything that you even think about doing for yourself. Don't tell them nothing. I was about to... They are losers. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this meal offline because all I'm doing is yapping anyway. I'm gonna have to reheat this. I'm gonna have to reheat this up. There was something else that I wanted to speak about, but that's probably going to be another video. As always, stay prayed up and strapped in every sense of the word. Drink your water, stay hydrated, and until next time. Bye, y'all.